Hey guys, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing okay. I'm going to read through the full article here. There is a link in the description. It is a tragedy. It involves a double murder. You could even say a triple murder. It involves the murder of the woman that you see in front of you. Her name's Kaylin Johnson, 24 years of age, from Louisiana. Her son, Caden Johnson, 2 years of age, was also killed. And I say you could argue a triple murder because Kaylin, the mother, was 6 months pregnant at the time of her death, and the father is the murderer, her boyfriend, whose name is Brennan Murphy, 20 years of age. Alrighty, Brennan Murphy, 20 years of age. So, going to go through the details. On Thursday, a Louisiana man was indicted for murdering his pregnant girlfriend as well as her 2-year-old son in March 2022. So I just want to clarify, the young boy, Caden Johnson, was not the son of the murderer. However, the mother was 6 months pregnant with the murderer's child. Brennan Murphy, the boyfriend, the murderer, 20 years of age, told Baton Rouge police that Kaylin Johnson, 24 years of age, picked him up on March the 5th of this year. Her son, Caden Johnson, 2 years of age, was also in the car in the back seat. After driving for a bit, we don't know where they were going or, what they were doing, but they were driving for a bit. That's what we do know. And they got into an argument. Kaylin Johnson, the mother, the girlfriend, and Brennan Murphy, the boyfriend. They got into an argument. We don't know what it was about. It was about this, it was about that, whatever it happens to be. They got into an argument. So guess what happened? Yes, that's right. The scumbag psychopathic murderer shot and killed Kaylin Johnson, whilst her son, Caden Johnson, is still in the car. At that point, the murderer stashed Kaylin's body in a trash bag and discarded it in a drainage ditch. Then, the scumbag murderer drove the car to a bridge at Central Thruway, took Caden Johnson out of the car. Brace yourselves. The murderer threw Caden Johnson, 2 years old, off of a bridge over a bayou. Tossed him over the bridge. As the scumbag murderer was leaving the area, he could still hear the cries of Caden. Caden was still alive. He didn't die from the fall. Thrown over a bridge, and he didn't die from that. Tragically, he suffered further. He died from exposure to the elements. So this happened March the 5th of this year. They were both reported on March the 11th. We don't know who by, the family members, I guess. And then on March the 14th, the scumbag murderer turned himself in and led the police to their bodies, both of them. He also ditched the gun near where he left Kaylin's body. And he also abandoned Kaylin's car near his apartment. So the article doesn't explicitly state that the scumbag Brennan Murphy has confessed, but I presume he has, given that he turned himself in and led cops to their bodies. So it doesn't strictly say the term confession, but to me, I think that is a confession, if not as close to it as you need to be. He's charged with first-degree murder as well as first-degree feticide. Feticide means the killing of a fetus. So that's in regards to Kaylin Johnson's 6-month unborn child. 6 months old unborn child. So there we go. That's all of the details that we know. I do recall reading about this story at the time, and I checked through my notes, and I don't think I made a video in regards to it. I'm not sure. But as I was checking through my notes, I came across a couple of fairly similar cases of children being thrown over a bridge. I think the cases that I read through very briefly were also the mother's boyfriend. So that leads me into a short rant, which I'm going to go into. I don't wish to overly victim bash, victim blame. Kaylin Johnson is a victim here, as is her son, as is her unborn child. She is absolutely a victim, but I have to say this. In my opinion, and basically I'm right, I know that sounds arrogant, but basically I'm right. In my opinion, as tragic as it is, and I don't say this to be mean, I don't say this to throw scorn or anything like that. I say this really as just an acknowledgement of what I feel is the truth, and in an attempt to educate, in an attempt to encourage others to educate. I believe, tragically, Kaylin is in at least some part responsible for her own death, the death of her son, and the death of her unborn child. Am I completely outrageously out of order for stating that? Maybe I am. Maybe I am. I don't know the history of Brennan Murphy. I don't know if he is a known felon. But I have to presume that there were signs there for the mother to realize that Brennan Murphy was violent, had violent tendencies, or mentally ill, I've got to assume that there must have been some signs. I would have thought. I mean, I could be wrong, but my point, in essence, to try to keep things brief and to the point, my point is that a mother, a parent, be it a mother or a father, but I'm going to use the example of a mother really needs to look after their children. It needs to be their number one priority. Look after themselves, look after their children, after their unborn children. Has to be their absolute priority. And with that, it means not entering and not maintaining relationships with violent and or mentally ill partners. And like I say, the article doesn't tell us about the criminal history of the murderer, Brennan Murphy. So perhaps he doesn't have a criminal record. Perhaps he doesn't have a history of mental health issues. I don't know for sure. But I'm going to guess that even if that is the case, that there would have been some level of warning signs. And with that, I have to say that a mother needs to recognize those warning signs and treat them very, very seriously. And absolutely avoid entering relationships with and maintaining relationships with those men, those people that are violent, have a violent history, or have a history of drug use, criminality, mental health issues, etc., etc. Whatever benefit that relationship provided, maybe the benefit was sex, maybe the benefit was status. She'd rather have a man than be single. I don't know. Maybe the benefit was financial. We don't know. Maybe it was genuine love. Whatever it happens to be, a mother needs to make a choice about protecting their children and being extremely careful about who they enter relationships with. So there's my rant. Maybe I've been completely out of order, and if I have, then so be it. But I'm going to wrap things up at this point. I'm going to try to make a few more videos this evening. I am a little tired, so we'll see how we go. Again, if you value the content, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit, and take care. Thanks.